Welcome to my Spanish class. We are continue here with chapter 6. This is the second and the third topic. I will combine the second and the third topic in one because they are very related. We also are starting with this particular topic, something that will be extended through chapter 7 and 8. And this is like they are unified type of information here. Today's topic is direct object pronouns, and the personal. You don't have in English, as far as I know, something equivalent to the personal, so we'll try to navigate that information. A direct object is something or somebody that is affected directly by the action of the verb. Right? That's a direct object. A very easy way to discover if you have a direct object in a sentence is to ask what or qué en español to the complement. Remember the basic structure of the language. We have a subject, the person that does the action. We have the action, that is the verb, and finally we have a complement. If to that final part or that last part of the sentence, the complement, you can ask what, and you have an answer for that, that's your direct object. For instance, if I say, Micaela compra, and I stop and pause because I don't remember the name of that thing, somebody can ask me, what? What she buy? And then I remember and I say, a telephone. A telephone in that example will be a direct object. Micaela compra un teléfono. ¿Qué compra Micaela? Un teléfono. Un teléfono is the direct object in that particular case. Every single time that we have a verb affecting something or somebody directly in a sentence, that is a direct object. The direct object pronouns that we will see in a moment, they help us to shorten the sentence. So we can substitute that basic sentence for shorter ones using direct object pronouns. In Spanish, you can build a sentence little by little, putting first the subject, after that the verb, and after that the complement. And try to do it using, at least in this moment, try to put a direct object as complement. For instance, el señor, right, that's the subject, el señor, the subject, vende, to sell, that's the verb, what? And that will be the direct object as a complement. El señor vende what? Una casa, un libro, un diccionario, un teléfono, un carro, un marcador, una pelota. All those things that I was putting there are direct objects. Now, when do we have the personal? We have the personal when that direct object is a human being or a pet. Only a pet, not general animals. If it's a general animal, will be exactly like an object. But if you have a pet, like a dog, that dog or that cat or that parrot or that iguana or whatever you have as a pet will be like a human being in the structure of the language. So you will have subject, verb, a personal, and then the name of the person or the pet that you have. For instance, if I say, miro, yo miro, remember that we try to avoid using yo in the sentence because it's redundant, you don't need that. Miro a, once I put the a, I have to bring a person or I have to bring a pet. Yo miro a mi esposa. Yo miro a mi hijo. Yo miro a Maya. Maya is my dog, right? So even if it's a dog, it requires the personal. What about if I am just seeing an animal? Miro el león, right? I see the lion. A león is not my pet, so it's an animal. It will be exactly like an object, like a telephone, or book, or a ball, whatever object you are thinking right now. That's the use of a personal. So remember, we always put the a personal in front of a human being or a pet when that human being or pet is acting as a direct object, meaning is receiving directly the action of the verb, right? Let's move on. So I have a sentence and I say subject, Tomás, then verb, compra, and then in a complement, un diccionario. So Tomás compra un diccionario. Right? What Tomás compra? Right? What is he buying? Tomás is buying what? A dictionary. Dictionary there is a direct object. Now, we have pronouns for all the objects. If the direct object is yo, the pronoun will be me. If the direct object is tú, the pronoun will be te. If the direct object is él or something masculine singular, the direct object pronoun will be lo. If it's something feminine, it will be la. If it's nosotros form, that we are receiving the action of the verb, will be nos. If it's vosotros form, the form that the Spaniards use, the plural informal, it will be os. And if it's plural masculine, will be los. And if it's plural feminine, will be las. So, let's go back to the example. Tomás compra un diccionario. First of all, the thing that you have to identify in that sentence, and I will ask you to do that until you mastermind the grammar structure, I will say identify your subject, right? And if you says, my subject is Tomás, you are absolutely right. Then move and identify the verb. And if you says compra is the verb, you are absolutely right. Now you have to identify the complement. What kind of complement you have there? If you says in this case, un diccionario is a direct object because it's receiving directly the action of the verbo comprar, you are absolutely right. Now, what kind of a direct object is un diccionario? Right? You have to find the gender. We are going back to the preliminary chapter, right? A word ending in o is masculine. We also have the reinforcement of the article there, un. So you have there two important things to identify. The pronoun is a masculine singular object there. So therefore, I can go to the list of pronouns that I have. Me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las, and decide that un diccionario is equal to lo. And then you can compress the sentence, the original sentence. Tomás compra un diccionario. The way that we shorten that sentence is Tomás lo compra. Now, it's very important to realize why we are putting the lo before the conjugated verb. It's a rule in Espanol, contrary to English because you put the object after the verb. In Spanish, we always place the object before the verb, the conjugated verb. So, Tomás lo compra. Now, like in English, we cannot just say this compressed sentence out of the blue and I can just jump in and say, hey guys, Tomás lo compra. That doesn't have any meaning because lo can apply to so many things that are masculine singulars in Spanish. So you need the context first before you move into compressing the sentence. Once I know that Tomás compra un diccionario, I can shorten that sentence saying Tomás lo compra. It's the same if we are using human beings or pets as the direct object. Let's say that I say, Hannah mira a su amiga, right? Hannah is the subject, mira is the verb, a su amiga is the direct object, right? That's a human being. is singular feminine, su amiga, right? Singular feminine will be la, the direct object pronoun. So now I can substitute that sentence, Hannah mira a su amiga, saying Hannah la mira, right? Hannah, subject, la, direct object pronoun feminine singular, mira, the verb, right? Now, it's very important that you realize once you do that sentence, you do not bring back the direct object pronoun. You cannot say under any circumstances, Hannah la mira a su amiga. That will be completely incorrect in Spanish, right? Hannah la mira is more than enough. But remember, you only can do that construction if you have the context. Either because you have it in writing, like if you are working with Spanish material, or you are having a conversation and you still remember what is the context of your conversation. If the context of the conversation is that Hannah mira a su amiga, you don't need to repeat that sentence all the time. You can bring the compressed sentence around that sentence. But also remember, we put the direct object pronoun before the conjugated verb, not after. All right? I hope that this information is clear enough, and I will tell you that there is 2 exercises in the slides that are accompany this video, and one is an extra credit is 5 or 6 sentences only, 5 sentences, and then I give you homework if you want to do that homework, right? I don't know if this video will fall into a Wednesday class or Friday class to do a homework, but it will be it's an important homework because you have to decide if you put an a there or you do not put an a. I will give you an example. Let's say, for this particular exercise, let's say that I say, mi mamá busca blank las facturas, right? Mi mamá is the subject, right? Busca is the verb, to look for, right? We don't use the verb buscar as a compound verb like in English. We do not do that. Buscar is a simple verb in español. So, mi mamá busca blank las facturas. In this exercise, what I'm asking you to do is that you decide if you need to put another or you do not need to put anything. What do you think? Do you think that you need to put another? I will give you 3 seconds to think about. Mi mamá busca blank las facturas. If you decide that you do not need to put an a personal there, you are absolutely right. Why is that? Because las facturas is not a human being. Las facturas is not my pet. Las facturas is an object, right? The receives, the bills that I have, right? So there is no way to put an a personal there. What about if I say in another sentence, el niño llama blank su mamá. El niño is the subject, llama is the verb, blank, and then su mamá is the complement, right? Do you think that you need an a personal there? I will give you 3 more seconds. If you says, el niño is my subject, llama is my verb, a su mamá is the direct object, and is a human being, therefore I need an a personal, you are absolutely right. That human being doesn't need to have a name. It can be a role. It can be el president. It can be el profesor, la profesora, mi amigo, mi hermano, mi tío, and so on and so on. So, a su mamá in that sentence is a human being, therefore you need an a personal. So, el niño llama a su mamá. If you decide to put the a personal there, you are absolutely correct, and I congratulate you. I just want to say to end this video that do not forget to subscribe to my channel in YouTube and continue practicing and learning and masterminding Spanish. You will never regret to do that. So long for now.